Hello, I'm the Cinemafanatic, and tonight I'm going to review Coleman Francis's Red Zone Cuba, aka Night Train to Mundo Fine. Coleman Francis, Coleman Francis, Coleman Francis. You know you did good when every one of your movies shows up on Mystery Science Theater 3000. Red Zone Cuba, aka Night Train to Mundo Fine, was released in 1966, although it was made in 1961, and it was the last film directed by Coleman Francis, the guy who directed The Skydivers and Beast of Yucca Flats. The plot concerns three men: escaped convict Griffin, played by Francis, and two former convicts, Cook and Landis, played by producer Anthony Cardoza, and Harold Sanders. They enlist in the invasion of Cuba, intended to get paid up front and then go AWOL. However, they are caught and sent to Cuba, where they become prisoners of war. They plan an escape, and their wounded friend Justine tells them about his uranium mine, hoping they will take him along, but because he has a wounded leg, they don't risk taking him. The three men steal a plane and fly to Arizona. They reach the home of Chastain and get his wife to help them mine the ore. On the way to the mine, the police capture Landis and Cook and kill Griffin. Like The Skydivers, this film is confusing, but not just in the plot line, but in every aspect of it. Random scenes that have no bearing on the plot appear, such as a scene where the three men kill a restaurant owner, rape his daughter, and steal his car. They could have just showed them stealing the car. Dialogue changes subject without transition.
I'm going to try and help my grandparents get their mill back. Sounds sort of foolish, doesn't it? Yes, I'm a dreamer. My wife Ruby says I'm a dreamer. They financed me 4 years of college.
The framing of shots is bad. The quality of the sound changes continuously.
$35. $35? That's the best I can do, boys.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Shots are underexposed. Jump cuts are present in the middle of shots. Plot points are brought up with no indication that the plot point was even happening. Characters who are killed show up later as other characters. The effects are bad, such as a scene where a soldier falls off of a cliff. Looks like a piece of wood with a boot and a helmet on it. You don't care about any of the characters. The acting is terrible, such as this scene. And this scene where Justine's wife finds out about his supposed death.
As I said, he was alive, but I'm afraid our friend Bailey is dead.
Bailey told me to move out. Live in town till he returned. But this is my home.
She sounds real broken up. There are random poetic lines and shots that mean absolutely nothing. Shots are obscured by foreground objects, and the list just goes on and on and on. But regardless of that, they were still able to get away with a lot of stuff. They were able to get access to jeeps, boats, planes, helicopters, and army outfits. They even got access to John Carradine for a day. The action scenes are pretty good, save for the final scene. And some of the crappy stuff in this film is funny, like when they have Castro show up. I mean, look at this guy. Looks like he must have caught the mumps. Plus, this film is not boring. Something is always happening, and the theme song, sung by John Carradine, is very catchy.
Hard and running fast to meet my future and away from my past, taking the gamble that cannot last. Night train to the end.
Granted, John can't sing very well. So this could easily be referred to as Coleman Francis's best film. But that's not saying much. If you want to see this movie, watch the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version. Other than that, stay away unless you're curious. See you next time.
Night train to Mundofila. Night train